Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yesterday again we saw US market correcting. That is ahead of Fed meeting, which is there today. The expectation is that the Fed will increase tapering from 15 billion uh, per month to around 30 billion, and will finish the tapering by March 22. And thereafter, the interest rate will start increasing. And in 1 year, there will be around 3 interest rate increase thereafter. So, in expectation of that, we are seeing some softness in the US market, and futures are more of a flattish for the US market, and Asian markets ahead of these events are mixed bag. We are seeing some marginal gain in Hang Seng and China, whereas the other market are seeing some softness, including Korea, Australia, New Zealand, and all. Apart from that, in commodity also we are seeing some mixed reactions. Oil is down by around $1 from yesterday similar time, and apart from that, aluminum is down by around 0.6%. Copper is down by around 0.2%. Iron ore is flat, and steel is up by around 2%. The increase in the steel is mainly on account of the production figure which has come from China for the month of November, and that has declined to lowest level in many months to around 69 million ton against October production of around 73 million tons. So that is indicating some lower productions, and now China is talking about stimulating the economy. Recently, they reduced the RR, reverse repo rate, by 0.5% to indicate that the Chinese government is looking at stimulating the economy in the coming year. Now I'll request technical team to take up from here.
Yes, thank you. So good morning, all of you. This is Swati. Today, the market is likely to open on a flattish note, and we might see some range-bound trading session during the day. Nifty is just hovering near its 100-day moving average, which comes with around 70,270 level. Somehow, yesterday it manages to maintain a positive losing above the same, which gives us some sort of a relief sign. Going ahead, we believe that as long as the Nifty sustains above 17,270 levels, pullback rally likely to be witnessed up to 17,400 to 17,500 level. Whereas any movement below 17,270, we are likely to witness some profit booking, which might take the Nifty towards 17,200 to 17,140 levels on the downside. So the overall view will remain a cautious, but definitely sideways momentum can be seen. Coming towards the Bank Nifty, yesterday we have seen that the Bank Nifty had just touched its 100-day moving average, which comes to at around 37,300 levels, but it has failed to maintain a positive closing above the same. Looking towards the technical setup, I believe that 37,200 will act as the crucial resistance level for the Bank Nifty. Any movement above the same, we expect a positive momentum to be carried forward to take, which might take a Bank Nifty towards 37,300 to 37,400 levels. Whereas on downside, 36,800 will act as the immediate support level. Below that level, 36,700, 36,500 levels can be seen on the Bank Nifty front. Coming towards the Nifty Finance for the today intraday purpose, 17,920 will act as the immediate resistance level. Any move above the same, we expect Bank Nifty to continue its strength rally towards 80,000 levels. On the flip side, 17,720 is the first support level. Below that level, 17,650, 17,600 levels can be seen. Stock specific, we have given some good calls last 2 days back. Reddington is really doing very well. This particular counter is just trading the pattern of the high tops, high bottom pattern, well placed above all the important moving averages. I believe it has the potential to reach up to 170 levels. So those who have missed this particular call, they can just developed a long position at the current level as well. Stop loss can be kept at 150 levels. We believe that 170 levels can be seen in coming 1 to 2 days. I think that's it from my end. I request derivative guys to take a call for the.
Yeah, thank you, Swati. A very good morning, everyone. This is Ayush Mehta. I'll be taking care of the derivative part today. So, if we look at the option chain, and if you look at the big picture, then there are highest open interest are placed at 18,000 and 17,000 strike prices, which is like a important resistance and support level for this month in December. Whereas if we look at the yesterday's data, we have witnessed an addition of call writer position in the near at the money strike prices, which are 17,300, 17,400, and 17,600. This at the money, this liquidation of at the money strikes indicates the negative movement in the market. Also, liquidation was seen at 17,400 and 17,500 put strikes, which indicates longs are existing in the market. Also, we request everyone to hold their long with strict stop losses. If we look at the other data, FIs were net sellers in yesterday's market. Also, India VIX is increasing, so this is slightly negative, and the market will look cautious. We will only recommend buying once it crosses 17,500 levels, and there's a closing above that. For today, we feel Nifty will be on the range bound between 17,200 to 17,400. That's all from my side. I request fundamental guys to take the call forward.
Good morning. Aptus Value Housing Finance, the credit rating for this company, NBFC, has been upgraded to AA minus from A plus. So this will be positive as the cost of funds for Aptus is 8.5% compared to 7% for Aavas and 7.4% for Home First. And as it is at this higher cost of fund also, the company is having one of the largest spreads in the NBFC sector. So this can further improve their spreads. So positive for Aptus Value Housing. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Yesterday, ITC had their maiden analyst meet. In that, the company discussed the strategies for the next leg of growth. They have also highlighted about the various restructuring and the demerger options available to them, and they are thinking about in that line. The cigarette business, the key main business, they are very positive about it and upbeat about the growth going forward, as the legal cigarettes only constitutes 8% of the total tobacco consumption in India. They are saying that they are open to demerge FMC business and also likely to think about, and they are thinking actively on listing the Infotech separately. For the hotel business, the management said though it is increasing as the economy is opening up, and they are structurally, they're thinking to demerge or restructure this hotel business once that gets fully normalized. So they have not given any timeline for the same. For the FMCG other business, which includes the branded packed foods, personal care, education and stationery, and matches agarbatti, they're very positive on it, and they are seeing the progress in terms of the margin improvement in last 3 years. Though the FY22 turns out to be an aberration because of the unprecedented cost inflation, however, the management is very focused on the cost rationalization, improve the margins thereby. Also, the other FMCGs are quite underpenetrated and high margin, high growth business for them. So overall, the outlook was quite positive, and given that the stock is trading just 16.6 times FY23 consensus earnings, we believe there is an upside here. And as and when things start getting executed at the ground level, we can see improvement in the ITC overall. That's it from me. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Infosys is acquiring Singapore Telecommunication Limited Delivery Center in Malaysia. This will help Infosys to increase its presence in Malaysia. The company's revenue stood at MYR 67.4 million, which stands at rupees 121 crores in Indian rupees. This is marginally positive to the company. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning. Ratnamani Metal and Tubes has received a new domestic order worth rupees 298 crores from the oil and gas sector. This is the third order which the company has received in the past 20 days. This order are from two different projects, that is Indradhanush Gas Grid and Bharat Gas Resources Limited, for supply of around 20,000 ton of API grade steel pipes. This order will be executed between Feb 22 and June 23. This is positive for the company. Thank you.
Yeah. India has lost the case in WHO for sugar subsidy. India used to give sugar subsidy of around 5 rupees earlier for export of sugar from here to international market. Against that, various country has objected that into WHO, and now India has lost the subsidy which they used to give earlier. In fact, government has not extended that subsidy in the current year. For the current year, there is no subsidy for export, but export prices, the international prices for sugar has moved up, and that has supported the export even without subsidy. So at current price of around $20, the export from India works out to around 32.50 to 33 rupees. And apart from that, the local prices are also has moved up. It was at around before June, July, it was at around 33 rupees, 32.50 to 33 rupees, and now it is at 35 rupees. Went up as high as 37 rupees and now corrected to 35 rupees. So anyhow, without that subsidy also the things are okay for sugar company. So as such will not have immediate impact. If the international prices correct from here, then that can have a negative impact, as government may not be able to give subsidy like earlier to the sugar companies. So till the sugar prices remain around these levels, then there is no worry for sugar company. Things are moving normal. So as such, for near term, it is neutral for sugar company. So that's all from us. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.